Welcome guys, welcome. Sorry about my throat, it is very croaky. I've got the flu at the moment, so that's why I haven't been streaming or doing anything for the last couple of days, but I think we're up and running. Just get the sound down a little bit. I think that I've got it so that it actually reduces the overall volume when I do talk. It may be too much. I might just try to tweak that so that it ends up around about the negative 25. It's at negative 35 at the moment. Just bear with me, please. Please, just wait. I will fix this. Just going to my filters and just wanted to change the threshold to minus 25. That should be about right, I think. Or maybe even minus 20. I'll go minus 25. See how that goes. Right, done. Hi, Swag Boost. How are you going? So staying tuned. There we are. So anyway, well, that should be loudish, and then when I talk it should then go a little bit softer. It's soft anyway at the moment. Anyway, welcome guys, welcome. And I thought I've been meaning to record lots of content for Eldrich Realms, but I just haven't been up to it the last few days. So I just, it's funny, I got one video out and then I got the flu basically. I must have had the flu probably the day before actually, and it didn't, because I felt ill the first day a little bit, and then the second day when I did the recording for it, I felt really, really good. and then I've kind of crashed downhill from that one through there. There we go. So Tiger Russ is saying yogi, yogi, yogi. Yeah. Actually, I do want to address that, of course. If you sort of follow any of the Slytherin streaming, unfortunately, Yog Dog passed away over the last couple of days, and so yeah, I'll probably talk about that a bit later on. But yeah, I only just found out actually, which is extremely sad. Such a nice guy, like a really nice guy. Do anything for you. So, yeah, really, it's really shocking actually. Really shocking news. So, yeah, that's very, very sad news. So, yeah, anyway. I'm sort of speechless. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. It's it's one of those things you got to look after yourself, I guess, and it's just make sure that you're balancing your life. I think that's probably the thing that I take out of it is just get outside, I guess, and sort of smell the roses if you can when you are feeling flat. But no one had any idea from Slytherin anyway. From the other streamers, from what I can tell. So no one knew. I mean, of course, no one knew. Anyway, it was real shock. Anyway, let's go and start a new game. And there's a few things that have changed in Eldrich Realms, actually, which we'll sort of get into. So we'll just go into the new gaming through here. And there's now one of the things we have is we've got Unknown Realm. Now I don't know what we can do through here. There's a mysterious realm shadowed by astral mists. This realm has unknown traits, so you need to adapt quickly once its secrets are revealed. Now, this is one where I don't know if we can chop and change these. We can customize to a degree. If we do this, I can then come back in and tweak certain aspects. Yeah, we've got unknown trait, which I haven't seen before. So this allows us then to set up like an actual random map that is really, really going to be random, which is going to be fairly exciting. So what I might do is we might actually go through and see which ones we just don't want to be dealing with. I'm pretty happy to allow this to be whatever it's going to be. So unknown trait is fine for the geography. Then we've got the climate trait, and again, I think we could probably just go with whatever. Like just let it, whatever's going to come will just come. And then we've got in through here the inhabitants trait, back in through this other side. This one as well. I think we could leave that one on. I think we'll just leave that one on because we don't know what that's going to be. I might turn off the presence where we end up with, because this can be wildly different depending on what actually happens in through here. This would really dominate. So I think we'll go none for that one. For these, having 4 of these can be a bit overwhelming. And one that I did want to put in was the Umbral Abyss. I think I want it to start that way, so that we've got it there, and so we can play with the Umbral Abyss, which is, of course, coming with the new DLC So that way we end up with that one. Now the other thing we could put in would be like a World Seals Dormant. So it's a different way to have a victory as well. So we could go that way, and then have 2 unknowns. And those 2 unknowns could be then pretty much anything, like, you know, undergrounds, all sorts of different things could then actually happen where we just don't know what it's going to be. So that could be pretty cool, I think. Like, there's so much in this. We've got the Toll of Seasons, which is another one that comes with the DLC. So complex realm trait. This realm is affected by the Toll of Seasons, where mysterious fae folk. I think we'll just leave that one as, you know, like a possibility for it to come back through. So let's just leave that as a few unknowns. So we've turned off the presence, and we've turned on Umbral. We've turned on the dormant world seals, which means that it's going to be hard to get that victory, but just fine. Now, relative map size, we'll go with medium. Number of players, let's make that one down to say 4, just so it's okay. Difficulty, let's ramp it up to say hard. Unknown traits. So select the complexity of the traits that we picked for unknown traits. Oh, there we go. That's cool. That's actually really cool, because when we have a look at this one, volcanic eruptions are a normal realm trait. What was the other one that we actually had? We had simple as well. So when we go back through these, crystalline abundance are simple. So we can pick how far we want to go with this. This is great. God, they just keep on adding so many great things to this game. Gigantism is a normal trait. Yeah, so these are now all been divided. I think we'll keep it on normal, because that will be enough just to tweak things. In fact, I'm even tempted to make it go to simple. There's probably not that many simple things in here, I would guess. Yeah, there's a few that are complex. I'll keep it on normal. We'll see what happens on normal. But classic turns, the name will be YouTube. And the portal visuals, we don't know what it is, so that's fine. We can go to advanced settings. Have a bit of a look if we wanted to, but I don't think we need to. That's all okay, I think. I think that's got it all there, so we'll just confirm this. Oh, there's the factions. Custom rulers. Rulers are generated. Now, I might do that actually. Let's do that. We won't play as teams. Now, the first one we're going to basically end up creating our own. I hope. I don't think that will then do anything with the game flow. Just leave these on with what I've had in the past. Expansion magic, yeah, that's okay. Defeated heroes, yeah, that's okay. So what happens to defeated heroes when a battle is over? Winner, I've got no idea what that means. I don't know what that winner means there. Anyway, combat, yeah, we'll just leave them on the defaults as well. We'll confirm that one. That way we're going to end up with completely random people coming back in. Now we're going to create our own faction. And so we've got 2 new ones. In fact, you can see through here, we've got it in the library now. We've got like a handful. So we've got Gloomwatch Sirens back in through here. We've got the Free Sirens. We've got the Shudurko, which are insectoids, and then the Veil Striders, which are another siren, and then we've got Urath's Children, which is another insectoid group. So I don't think there's anything else. I think that's all of them. They're all sort of lumped together in that grouping there. But let's go and create a faction. We won't spend too much time with this, but the 2 new ones are insectoids, and their basic traits are the Overwhelm Tactics, the Ceaseless Cacophony, which is a new trait, and so this one actually adjacent enemies without this trait have a 15% fumble chance. I think it's a new one for this one. So we have a look. Doesn't say there that it is. None of them. Oh yes, so they are. Okay, no, the other one must have been there before. That must have come before in another DLC. There is one of the things that they do actually have is the Death Beetle mounts is one that you can actually go and grab, which sort of takes the place of a lot of the other special mounts they've got. but we'll cancel that. I don't know whether we play Siren or Insectoid. I don't really care, to be honest, out of the two. Siren, I think, will give us a broader scope of what we can play. So maybe we go that way. We don't even have to play as them, but I'm thinking that, look, we might as well, because it's the new chassis for Insectoid. Although Insectoid really is really quite different. Really different. So do we go? Yeah, I'm torn. I think we'll go Siren. So go and select this one. And there's not very many good choices for if you are going to be playing as a Sirens, because they actually, if I go back, the Sirens come with like empowered by magic, so units become stronger when they sustain magical damage. Now that doesn't matter whether we're magical or not. That's not going to really sort of matter that much. Then we've got arcane focus, so magic attacks deal plus 15% damage, and so in this case they are magically aligned, and so doing magic attacks is going to be important to us if we go with this. And then they're adaptable, so non-hero units gain plus 20% experience. So they're going to go and get better and better quickly, which is actually not too bad. We could change that if we wanted to sort of change traits with anything. Like, I don't know if there's anything that we would really want. That would sort of, be within theme, I guess. 20% accuracy on physical and magic attacks wouldn't be too bad. So Sabosco saying, "Oof, the flu is awful. Hope you feel better, 100% soon." It's sort of funny. It comes and goes. Like, it's just been because I'm sort of now working full time at the moment as well, and I've been able to go in basically, which and then I feel sick in the afternoons. Like, I feel good in the mornings. Like, I had a swim yesterday morning, and I was feeling clammy before I went for the swim, and then I got in the ocean, and it was like, and I felt really good afterwards. Like for probably about 4 hours, and then it went downhill from there. And I've sort of been downhill ever since. It's funny though, my wife's getting me to drink these concoctions of apple cider vinegar and lemon with like dissolved into water, and that not lemon, apple cider vinegar and honey mixed in with hot water, and it really is working. It's incredible, actually. Whenever I have one of those, I feel really quite good for like an hour or two, which is quite nice. Like, it's sort of funny, those old remedies, how they actually do work. Anyway, I think we'll just keep what they've got. I am thinking keen-sighted would be interesting. Maybe we do that. If we get rid of empowered by magic, let's get rid of that one. That's a bit of a weird one. Let's change that to keen-sighted. So we'll just tweak it. So I think that's gonna be fine for what we want to do. So, and then we'll go we'll play dark, I think, I think dark gives us the archer at the start, which would then help with this keen-sighted, and then we can go, and dark should also actually dark would still be a good one, I think. So if we go and select them this way,
what is their origin?
What we now really need to make sure that we get is we need to get an archer that's going to be fairly low level, and a magic user, which is going to be which is also, we want to get like level 1, level 2 type thing. And so in this case, this feudal is not going to be good enough for us because we don't have a magic user. High, we do get what we want in through here, but I think that this one here is actually a higher level again, so that's probably not going to be that great. Barbarian, we don't have the magic user again. I mean, and our archer is not sort of front and center. Primal is not going to be any good for us. We don't have the magic user. Reaver, not going to have the magic user. Industrious, not going to have the magic user. So these are all things so we're left really with dark, which we do actually have a good magic user over through here. Plus we then have the good archer back over here as well. And so this, for me, is probably the one that's going to be one of the ones we really should consider. And then Mystic, we don't actually have the archer, but we do actually have the magic user front and center. So I'm thinking we'll go dark and make use of these two. So that should then be helpful, I think. We'll go and select that one. So we'll select dark.
What defines their society?
Then we have to choose. Now there's a few that have come in with the DLC. Like we've got Umbral Disciples. I'm not going to pick that, even though we've got an Umbral Realm. Like it's very nuanced. We essentially are able to march through the gloom fairly effectively, but the gloom doesn't really matter that much anyway. So I'll talk about that when we get in there. So Umbral Disciples, so that's okay. Powerful Evokers, this one here is racial battle mage units and support units have +1 rank. That's going to be good. So I think we'll grab that one. And we start off with an extra mage as well. Silver Tongued, I won't worry about that one. Keepers of Knowledge, Devious Watchers, I won't worry about those. Let's go back up. We've got one more choice. And I'm thinking we just go with another archery, like Fabled Hunters. So gain plus 75% resources from clearing an infestation. Racial range units and skirmish units have +1 rank. I think that's worth doing as well. So, and we start with an extra range unit. This gives us a nice starting army with going with these two here. So we'll just go that way. So we're going to end up with essentially probably another support unit. Actually, no, we don't have a support unit. So that's one thing we are missing. Yeah, so we don't have a support unit. That's interesting, actually. So we're going to have to find one. So we're going to have to find a way to get one. So as I was saying, did you hear about Yog Dog Dash? Yes, I only just heard before I started streaming, actually. Yeah, so Swag Boost is saying he did a couple of minutes on it at the top. I'll talk about it a bit later on. I don't know much details, unfortunately. I just, I didn't know him well, but I knew him, we certainly collaborated on different things and certainly worked together on different projects. So, I was very sad to hear the news, actually. So it's, very, very sad that he's passed and, way too young, unfortunately. So, I'll maybe sort of just try to cover it a little bit later on. I don't know any details. The Slytherin has put out a music track, I think, in his memory, because he was a Slytherin streamer. Very sad. And but I don't think at this stage I don't think anyone really knows details at this point in time. So, he was just a really, really nice guy. He's one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet, to be honest. Like, he just would do anything to help you. Like, it was behind the scenes, if you had any sort of issue with anything at all, he'd be the first one to be answering questions or anything like that. So as I was saying, just details on his Discord page. Oh, is there? Yeah, look, I'm actually on his Discord. So I didn't actually get to. I did hear that there was something there. It's best I don't post it here. Yeah, but I don't think so. No, it's we'll just leave it there. I will be going and having a look at that when I can after the stream at some point, just to sort of not that I want to find the details, but I worry about his family. He had a partner and things like that as well. So it's just very sad, the state of affairs. Anyway, let's just move on and continue on with it. So we'll go Fabled Hunters in through here. But don't post it here because it's YouTube doesn't like that sort of talk. But it's it's a fact of our existence, really, that these things happen. And as I said at the start, it's the thing I sort of personally find is that when I get outside, like all my troubles disappear basically. You sort of go back to your primal instincts when you're outside doing stuff that's nothing related to computers or the real world, as in the real commercial world. Yeah, it's sort of funny. It's interesting. All right, so we can pick anything we want here. I think what we'll do, just for the sake that we're actually doing this particular area, we'll actually pick the Tome of the Tentacle, and so this one here, we end up with Conjure Tentacle. We're going to Constrictor in through here, this is not the best pick for us, to be honest. I'm actually tempted to go back. I actually like this. We get a White Witch again. We don't get a support unit. Getting a support unit would be pretty cool. Like a Chaplain, Faithful Support Unit. This is a level 2 unit. Spirit Blast and Healing Prayer. That would be a nice addition. That would be a really nice addition. I never go this way, but this would be an interesting way of moving with this particular faction. That would certainly round out some of the areas that we actually have. Let's have a look and see if we can find another support unit fairly early on. Support unit that empowers your animals. This one just conjures animals, doesn't actually do any healing. The fact that the other one does healing is a big boost. I think just for the sake of being a bit different than what I normally play, I'm sort of tempted to just go back the other way. I always go for something strong at this instance, but I think that we can do better with getting support units in. And got the Hound Masters, Lightning Blades. There's nothing much in through here. Yeah, the Phantasm Warriors. What was the other one before that? Evoker. Again, this is a battle mage. We don't need battle mages at this point. I mean, it would be nice to have a witch or something. Yeah, we're back to the Tome of Tentacle again. Before that one, yep, Phantasm Warrior. So you've got the Necromancer. This is this one raises undead. This is a support unit as well, but it's not the sort of support unit we want. This one does interest me. I think this one would be a great addition for us, but maybe we get that one second. Let's start off with this one here and try to get the Chaplain. So we'll go that way through there. So but am I saying hello, can't stay. Give me a 30-second review of this DLC and convince me it's worth reinstalling Age of Wonders 4 for. Okay, 30 seconds. Now I've got to get my thoughts together. So basically, what it is essentially it's Age of Wonders 2 Shadow Magic, but done making sense. So Shadow Magic was actually an addition that was great for the game back when it came out 20 odd years ago, but it didn't actually make a hell of a lot of sense. There was too many ethereal sort of almost alien things that came in with it. This one makes perfect sense because instead of being alien and ethereal, the forces that you're dealing with are demonic. And so you've got a demonic plane of existence that you're playing on. And so you're dealing with almost like the Waygates from the Wheel of Time series. It's almost like you're dealing with that sort of environment, but it's got this gloom that sort of corrupts you as well, but then all these monsters and demons come out of it. So it's very, very cool, like the way it sort of does work. So yeah, so no, I hope that helps. And so that does sound cool. It's sort of one of these things, as soon as I started playing it, I thought, my God, they've actually really, because I wasn't looking forward to this DLC. I mean, I was looking forward to it, but I was thinking, this is just going to be an Age of Wonders 2 Shadow Magic reskin, and it's not. It's actually completely different, and it makes much, much more sense than Age of Wonders certainly did as well. But yeah, no, I'm really impressed with it, and the changes that it brings. Like so the Umbral Abyss, which is this other realm of existence. Yeah, so because I remember you didn't like the demon stuff from Age of Wonders 2. No, it just didn't make sense the way that it sort of worked. But this one does work because you see where they come from. It still calls back to the Shadow Magic, to the old Shadow Magic game. It certainly does go back there, but it really makes sense this time. Whereas in the previous one, it just didn't. Anyway, we'll select this one to get started. Now, I think we're sort of obliged to go with one of the Eldrich sovereigns, which have come out of the Umbral Abyss. And this is actually one of the other things, because we haven't really. I mean, we could play as one of the others, but I think that because we're looking at the new DLC, we've sort of got to go this way. People keep telling me I need to try it again. Yeah, well, we're playing in a world that we don't know what half the stuff is going to be in the world, so it's going to end up being like a really, really. Oh, there we go. So no worries. I need to do a Gal Civ 4 stream on Steam. Okay, well, good luck with that one. That should be fun. Yeah, big like another big DLC just dropped for that one. I'll be talking about that on Monday. Anyway, have fun, battle mode. Thanks for popping in. Anyway, the Eldritch Ruler with powers beyond mortal comprehension. So we have when we use these are like souls that get lost in the umbral realm and then become over time corrupted. So it's hi Luna, how you going? Sorry, I didn't see you there before. Battle mode with all his capitals and green lettering is just dominates. Yeah, so the Mystic Changes gives a bunch of new ways of playing. Yeah, it's really, really cool. It really is cool. Haven't tried the new leader type. It's the new leader type is interesting. So the way it sort of works, like we've got things, for example, like the way it works, you've got champions who live on the world that's generated. So they come from that world, they're adapted to it. So the people actually support them, so that they have things like all cities get extra gold income and extra stability because they're loved by the people. The Throne City gains extra draft, so because people are willing to sign up. All non-hero units gain plus 20% experience as well. So they start with 100 relation with free cities. So they're the people from the realm. Then we actually have the next group of Wizard Kings, a powerful wizard seeking dominion over a new realm. Now these have come from the, I forget what it's called, like the central, like they've come from another shard of existence. And so they've actually come, but it's still a shard in a way that we know the world. So it's sort of like, it might be a frozen world or a desert world or whatever it might be. But they've come from the outside into this world, into this shard. And so in this case, these are more magical than the champions. And so all cities have plus 10% mana income, plus 5 magic casting points and combat casting points for each 2 level Wizard King has. And so Wizard Kings have the overchannel ability in combat. And so these characters that come in are wizards that are controlling things. So this is almost like the Saruman approach with the orcs and Isengard type thing, where they rule with an iron fist. They don't care about the people under their control, but the people are, they do what they're told, and it's all about the magic. So whereas the champions are more like kings or queens with what actually does go on. Of course, then you've got your dragons as well, the mighty dragons seeking new realms to shape in their vision. These are great if you just want a sort of like a super combatant to play with. These are fairly strong. And then we have the final one, which is the Eldrich Sovereign. And so these Eldrich Sovereigns are not like the Wizard Kings, where the Wizard Kings have come from another realm. Yeah, so Richard's saying you've got a cold. Yeah, I've got the flu at the moment, which is a pain in the ass. Well, pain in the throat. It's funny, it's just croaky, it's not painful. But I do need to just keep my fluids up, so I'm going to keep on drinking as much water as possible. Anyway, an Eldritch Ruler with powers beyond mortal comprehension. So these come from the Umbral Abyss. And these are like wizards that went into the Umbral Abyss, got trapped there, and imprisoned there, and then got corrupted. And the demonic forces have then corrupted their soul, their everything about them. And so they've got like a skerrick of their former self is still in there, but they've come out as demonic wizards essentially. So that's what the Eldritch Sovereigns actually are. They use a different sort of resource called thralls. So they use the thralls to cast powerful ritual spells. They start with a clairvoyance ritual and enthrall population, which allows them to then get 3 thralls by killing off 1 population in a city. Eldritch Sovereigns have 5 mana unit upkeep and cannot equip leg and mount items. So these have got the unit upkeep. Each turn in the world map you must pay gold and mana to maintain your units. If you cannot afford this, your units will lose morale. So that's actually a bit of a problem for us. Like, mana is going to be extremely important. Eldritch Sovereigns also have access to powerful hero and signature skills. They've got like a whole different section in the skill tree. So I think we'll go this way. Just go and select. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. I'll be right back. So as I was saying, I have not played this game for some time. I wonder if the game has become better. Oh yes, it has. In so many different ways. There's I don't know how long it is since you've played, but it has become dramatically good. Like over the last, even just over the recent months. So it's an incredibly good game. And so these are very, very different to the other sorts of wizards that we've seen before. We don't have leg or mounts for this particular wizard. The Spicy Jim is saying I absolutely adore this game. It's my favourite series of games, Age of Wonders 4. And that's why I'm playing it today, to be honest, because it's sort of like an easy one for me to pick up and enjoy. You know, like even though I'm not feeling 100%, I just enjoy it. We'll start with the start. Let's actually just go and change our colours. So we've got like I'm playing with a couple of mods that just give me a few extra colours and stuff like that, but don't actually change much going on. I'll go with sort of more of a siren-y type colour. Grey I don't mind actually. We'll go that way, but we'll just change it from I don't know what that one was, but we do actually have a few extras in the emblems. Astral. If we go to Dark Affinity, the Shadow Affinity down through here, that's the Thrall symbol. Let's do that. There we go. Actually, wouldn't mind that one being around the other way. There we go. Just reverse the colours. So we've got now the when we go back into this one, the next thing, people always forget to do this, and it's sort of like it's one of the things which I've been asking them to do for a long time, is to like for everything, is to sort of start them off with, where is it, the actually we don't see it in this one. If you start off with another one, I think I started to do it, is to move the so they always start off at level 0 in terms of the of their stance, because then you can sort of see what's going on. So Noel Mulcahy is saying, just checking this game out on Instant Gaming, wondering if it is worth buying. Yeah, look, from my perspective, it's incredible. Like, it's just incredible what it will do. The negatives that people actually talk about, and I don't feel this, but people often say it's got a sameness about it when you play, and I think it's because you don't get you need to try to get yourself immersed in the actual characters that you've got, or not even the characters, but in the units that you've got. And I think once you start to sort of see the differences and you appreciate the differences, you then become much more absorbed into the actual game itself. I think that's the key to playing it and enjoying it. But it is amazing with what it does. We're just saying, I noticed a turn-based Metal Slug on YouTube. I don't know what that means. If you like turn-based, oh, hang on. Yeah, that was, yeah, I know the game you're talking about. That a lot of narrative. Yes, I've written that one down actually. Yeah, Metal Slug Tactics. That's the one you're talking about, I think. Metal Slug Tactics. I think that's just a demo though at this stage. So I was going to actually make contact with the devs at some point. Anyway, let's continue on with creating our ruler. And so the first thing, in most instances when you come in to create any wizard, you've got a special drop down. You can actually open these up yourself, and actually get more of these by unlocking them as you play the game. And so some of these are unlocks. None of these are, but some of the, like in other ones, you can get like special Eldrich staffs and stuff like this to play with. But we've got four different, I guess, approaches with this wizard. So Relic of Mind, which is this little brain that's sitting in front of him there. So a long-range weapon that deals physical damage and bypasses enemy defenses. Delirium, an ability that makes a unit vulnerable and uncontrollable. So it's sort of Delirium, when we hit someone, there's a chance we're going to cause Delirium with them, which means that it's going to be quite random in battle what will actually happen. Relic of Flesh, a long-range weapon that deals blight damage and inflicts decaying and poisoned. Eldritch Rituals, a hero skill that grants economic spells, costing thralls. And so that one then changes this orb to this sort of greenish orange thing. The Relic of Havoc is a long-range weapon that deals fire damage and inflicts a random negative status effect. Eldritch Phase, so an ability to allow for a swift teleport in combat. So if we find ourselves in trouble, we can then move it out. The Relic of Cosmos, I quite like this one. So this one, a long-range weapon that deals fire, frost, and lightning damage. And we get the Astral Wisp Ritual, a skill that enables the summoning of an Astral Wisp at the cost of thralls. And so that's going to allow us to then get a bigger army as well. So I think I might go this way. This has been my go-to with just the playing that I have done with the game. I've enjoyed this this particular relic that they actually have. In terms of the setting them up, I can just go back in and just go, randomize. So still kept that same Relic of Cosmos. Let's just keep on randomizing until we get one that we like the look of. So there's all sorts of different weird and wonderful things that come in. It's pretty weird, isn't it? So they end up sort of being these... I want something that looks a bit sort of sirenish, I guess. There's an insectoid one, because the insectoids have come in with this one as well. Here's a Cthulhu style. Insectoid again. I might just pick one, I think. Just get back to a body that we don't mind the look of. Find that fish one again if we can. Start from there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually, I'll just go back and do it. We'll start with so the body type will then give us, yeah, there's the fish one. Let's go with the fish one there. The back type will then sort of be like what sort of wings we have. I don't mind feathered wings, that looks pretty good. The shoulder types will be the different sorts of things we then have on our shoulders. Don't mind that, actually. Physique, we can sort of make it from thin to thicker. We'll just go in the middle. The arm length, I'll just keep them sort of fairly short. Leg lengths, we don't have any legs. Wing size, I'll get them reasonable, just medium. The head, we can then sort of put in different sorts of shaped heads in through here as well. Again, I don't mind that, actually, just have it covered. The skin colour, I'll keep them sort of like siren colour. The accent colour, I'll make that gold maybe. And the metal colour, we don't actually have any metal on this one. The head size, we'll just keep that one medium. And as we come back down, the default personality is sort of fun to play with. If you don't select one, it'll just randomly choose one for you. So in this case, we can just go back in and pick one. And I've sort of, because these are more magical, I've been going with one of the sages. So we've got like Protective Sage, a vigilant ruler who prefers vassalization and magic. Pure Sage, a knowledgeable ruler who believes in mind over matter. Favours treaties, wars must be justified. Erudite Sage. So this is just how it would then play. Sinister Spy. Reserved Isolationist would probably be a good one as well. Wary of treaties. Yeah, let's go that way. Let's make this one. When the AI plays it, that's the personality that they'll play it with. This is actually new in the game, by the way, or newish. So if you haven't played for a while, you won't have seen these personality types. And so when we play the game, there's we can designate what they will be, but there's also, like, I've actually made it so that the AI will generate completely random factions for us, including how they'll play. So that will be interesting to find out what actually happens with that over time. Now, if we go back to our race as well, I think we'll just change the colour. So the skin colour, we'll go with more of a bluey sort of tone. I'll go that light blue in through there. The armour, we'll go with maybe something dark, maybe even a dark purple. And the army hair colour, I won't make it gold. I think we'll go back to blue again. Just make it look like this. That would be good. Skin decorations, we won't worry about skin decorations. They tend to really sort of overdo it, so I tend to just keep them off. And then the mount type, I will keep it with the white horses for the sirens. That sounds pretty good. One thing I think that will be coming, I'm guessing must be coming at some point, will be the Archons, because that's the only thing that's now missing from the original game, is the Archon race. So, Blade Watcher saying this is the best. I think this is the best Fantasy 4X game since '94 Master of Magic. Yeah, it's. I agree with you. I think it's just so polished with what it does do. So it's perhaps the most customizable races I've seen. Yeah, it's amazing with what it can do. Niall saying, as I loved Age of Wonders Planetfall, I think I will take the chance and buy. Suppose it would be wiser to invest in the premium edition to get all the DLC. Yeah, the DLCs are all really, really worth it. They really are. That's amazing. The DLCs are not just little bits and pieces. Each one of them adds a lot of content and a lot that you can still get changes in the base game when the DLCs come out. But they are really, really good. So Richard's saying, in my opinion, try the base game first. Well, if you sort of think you're going to like it, you could certainly do it that way. But I think you can get a cheaper price by getting a group of them, I would guess. So Hamza Ekmek is saying, why Age of Wonders 2 feels like a better game. I cannot address the reason. I think it's I think one reason, because that was my favourite game for decades, like for a good decade or so, after it first came out. And when Age of Wonders 3 came out, I felt disappointed in Age of Wonders 3 because of how much I loved Age of Wonders 2. And I had Age of Wonders 2 so heavily modded in the end that it didn't really relate back to Age of Wonders, the original game at all. Because the original game was fairly unbalanced in terms of it just didn't make it wasn't all that great. So it's. So in that case, I think that there's a lot of nostalgia around those old games. But I haven't tried going back and playing it, and I just don't want to, because Age of Wonders 4 for me then just takes over. They actually went back to Age of Wonders 2 when they started building Age of Wonders 4. Age of Wonders 4 is like the combination of Age of Wonders 2, Age of Wonders 3, and Age of Wonders 4. Sorry, Planetfall. So Age of Wonders 2, Age of Wonders 3, and Planetfall were all basically. They got the best of all of those to make Age of Wonders 4, and they've done a great job of that. So for me, it feels like a much better Age of Wonders 2 than Age of Wonders 3. I didn't love. I did enjoy it, but I needed that to be so heavily modded. Whereas in this game, I don't need it modded at all to enjoy it, because it's just so well done. But I am a fanboy. Title Eldrich Sovereign. I don't think we've got much else we can do. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with Eldrich Sovereign. So Afox the Prodigal from the Conjuring Sirens. We might lock in. Lock in the Prodigal, and we'll just read this one. So Visgotheth, the Prodigal from the Grim Sirens. I like that. Serbiox, Dargalogoth, Karox the Prodigal. That looks good. That'll do. Onwards. Now we could go. I think it looks female, but I'm not sure if it is. Do we go and change that to the Nether Goddess? Nether Goddess Karox the Prodigal. Yeah, let's do that. In charge of the Sirens. There we are. So behold, Nether Goddess, Karox the Prodigal, sovereign of the Umbral Abyss. Eldritch powers will shape the grim sirens of Dusk Vault. So slender pale beings whose origin lies within the dark depths of the astral sea. They prefer to fight using magic. Yep. So anyway, let's go on with it. Onward into an unknown, not completely random, because we did put the Umbral Realm into it. We don't have any special ability in the Umbral Realm. We didn't pick that ability. Ooh, this looks like an underground start. So it looks like it looks like one of the things with the worlds is that it's an underground start for everyone, which doesn't matter that much. So a new ruler emerges. So explore your surroundings and expand your domain. Prepare to face your rivals and become the master of your realm. So we've got we're dark sirens, powerful evokers, fabled hunters. Let's just click on OK. We do have Army Heal, and we also have Wrath of the Faithful. Okay, now we do have something in through here, a Brigand Camp, so we'll be wanting to clear that one out relatively early. We do actually have a resource node there that can be annexed. If I go and click on these, I can then sort of see where they are. We've got a mine inside that one through there, a gold vein. We've got a loot pickup there, a chest that we can go and pick up. Let's have a bit of a look and see what else we've got down in through here. Also, like in there, we can get ourselves a resource node, which will then help with our building. We're getting plus 37 now. Getting mana is going to be very important to us. So I want to sort of see what my abilities actually are. We've got no farms that we can see, so there's no farms in any of these locations. So we've got a lot of nothing locations. All right, high maintenance revealed. So in this case, our Scrying has revealed one of the secrets of this realm, so high maintenance. So units, materials in this realm are weak, easily worked with but hard to maintain. So unit upkeep is increased by 100%. This is one of the random stuff that we've now come across. We don't know what this realm has got, but anyway, we'll try to figure it out. Unit recruitment costs are reduced by negative 50%. So it's cheaper to recruit but harder to maintain. So we're going to have to be very careful about how we then go ahead and build our armies. So at the moment, everything is sort of looking out okay. Unit upkeep is minus 10. That's funny. I thought it was more than that. Yeah, I'm not sure which ones are costing us that. Anyway, we'll just go back in. So the first thing we need to do is we can just go through each of these. So set production and Dusk Vault. We know that we want to create this Mana Vault fairly quickly. And so we can actually just have a look to see what will give us a boost. This one's a farm, which we're not going to have farms. Library, we've got a forester. We're not going to be able to get foresters. That's a quarry. We can get a quarry to get the shrine. So we can get that one unlocked easily through building a quarry when we can. The storehouse requires a forester. We're not going to get that one. The workshop requires a farm. So we don't really have anything except for the shrine. Everything else is going to be slow for us, unfortunately. So we might as well go with, which way should we go? I might as well go with the storehouse and just try to get my growth up as fast as possible. You can see through here that we do actually start off with 2 thralls. So use the currency for special units. Now we get these if we in combat as well, like when we do combat. So we have to be reasonably aggressive with what we end up doing. So we'll just go that way. Now in terms of getting more units, let's have a look and see what we've got. So if we just go back into here, we've got the Pursuer, and the upkeep is 16 gold, which is just phenomenal. The Outrider, we've got the Dark Warrior as well. These are all going to be 16, because it's double what it normally would be. So now, sorry, we're missing things in the comments here. So yeah, there's no waste of money DLCs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you do get the whole lot. Mentioning no names. Yeah, I know what you mean. So Richard's saying the problem with buying all the DLCs is you might not like some of the species they add. Again, you can sort of, like for me, I find that they're all great. Like they just add so much. Like Richard's saying, not everyone likes dragons or insect people. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I want disable forms so badly. That would be cool, actually, Blade Watcher. Yeah, too many animals. Yeah, I know what you mean. So just to get it down to so you get a random selection from the groups that you want to have selected, would be fairly good. Would be fairly good indeed. So Noel Mulcahy is saying, in Planetfall, the insects and lizards are actually my favourite ones to play. Yeah, it's each of their own, which is I'm sort of more on the side of playing with humanoids, to be honest, more so than the animal type groups. But yeah, look, it's all. I don't have any massive problems in Age of Wonders 3. I hated the halflings. I don't hate them in this one, so they sort of make more sense. I think we'll go with another Pursuer. Actually, maybe before we do that one, let's have a look and see what we've got. So in our group we have we've already got 2 Pursuers. We have a Warlock. We have 1 Dark Warrior, and then Karox the Prodigal. We actually need another one of these Dark Warriors. So and we're going to need to get lots and lots of gold. So we're going to be having to try to do things with a minimal army based on the what we actually have in through here. So we need another one for the front because yeah, ultimately we're going to be doing okay there. Arcane Research. Now here's the Chaplain, which I think we'll grab that one. Tier 2 base unit, so that's going to be 24 gold. Yep, so let's go and do that one because we don't have support units. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that, guys. Alright, so the brigand camp, I'll probably end up going down that way anyway, so let's just move this one out. What can we see? We're up against we're in the top, looks like to be the top corner of the map. It shouldn't be a massive map. There's an umbral realm location, so we can see those. Do we have any near us? Because it's a fast way to travel around the map. No, we don't. Not that we can see anyway. There's another one there. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll move out to the top corner and just start to clear that out. Just see what's around. Yeah, Lob's Hollow. That's just a simple one for us to try to get hold of at some point. This is a there is actually a group guarding that one. There's a food stash that would be useful. And then we've just got these groups, which I could possibly send straight down. I'll just send them out this way. The brigand camp there. Now, there should be another city somewhere else that we can then make friends with fairly close. Another Siren City. Ooh. Ah, actually it is the overworld. So, but we're starting off in a desolate location that's going to then randomly have different terrains come in over time. So we're getting lush terrains. Interesting. So we probably really got to be like, we'll go and get the ones that we know that we need, but we won't do anything else. The Robe of Resistance. We'll take the reward. I don't think we can actually wear that. Oh yes, we can actually. So I can put on the Robe of Resistance. We can't do certain things, like we're carrying the Relic of the Cosmos, which means that we can't use anything else in the other hand. Can't use foot or mount slots either. Just confirm that one. Close that one off. Okay, this brigand camp is much weaker than us, so let's just go into it. I don't think we've got the next one just yet. Next turn we get that, but let's just do this. Actually, maybe we don't do that one just yet. Let's just keep on going through. That probably will have. Oh yeah, that's okay. That gave us production to sort of get things happening back in through there, which is good. Evil presence with the brigand camp. Yeah, Hasma saying bless you. Yeah, I've brought the tissues down as well. I might just do that as well. Just bear with me. So we can't break in there. Yeah, we've got other locations there. There's this road that goes off. I do want to just find where it goes. So that's just ending up in a rainbow clover magical material. So we're wanting to get hold of that at some point. So we've got things like swamp in through there. This is like a swampland. So we'll see what actually happens. So every turn, some of the desolation is going to then change. So this is not underground. This is actually above ground. Yep, that's all good. We'll end our turn there. We should grow around about now. Some more swamp there. Got our Dark Warrior. I think we'll now kill off this thing. There's no hidden units there, so both of these will then go into the battle, which will make it a bit easier for us. So we'll go in and actually do this fight. I'm such in the habit of doing Control S before a fight in any Age of Wonders game, just in case it crashes. But this is very, very stable. So we've got a couple of Inferno Hounds and a Gremlin that we have to then go and deal with. These will have different sorts of combat abilities. If you don't like the manual combat, some people don't like it. You can just auto combat, but the tactical combat in this game is probably the best I've seen in any game. Like it's just amazing what it does do. In this case, we have a power, ability over the enemy. So we'll go in and have a bit of a look. So we'll just do manual combat in through here. We can auto combat, and if we don't like the result, we can then just redo it, which I may do a little bit for these sort of weaker battles. This is the Brigand camp. Now, one of the things with the game is that I think where people actually get a bit thinking it's fairly one-dimensional is that they feel that it all just comes down to just these types, whether you got warlocks or archers type things, or in this case battle mages. So the class of the unit does give it the impression that there's not a real lot that goes on with it, and that other things don't matter. But as you start to play the game, you'll find that more and more that you won't feel like that, in my opinion anyway. You'll start to get used to what abilities your guys can then go and do. Like these guys here, for example. Now, every dark faction is going to have the same style of units, but then we do actually have the nuances with the with what we have with our setup for the actual units. Now, these aren't going to be all that special, but our mages will be because of the siren abilities that we actually have. I've got to see where these ones can get to. They can get to there. I've got to also check to see, do they have a charge ability, and they don't. So they're most likely only going to run in a little bit. We do have a charge ability, so I'm going to, in one sense, I don't want to, this one can get all the way into here. I won't worry about the charge ability. I'll just go and move this one into this location, and we'll just get ready. We'll block off these. These are almost like berserker type units. I'm going to block off the where these what can come through. So these can no longer break through these locations. Like it can get to there and do damage, or there and do damage. This one here can get to there or there as well. So probably both will come this way, I would guess. So what we'll do is we'll just get set up now for anything else that's going to be coming. So let's go and put our mage here. Actually, can they break into? Yeah, they can break into there. So we don't want the mage there. We want the mage here. So I've got to be careful that I don't position these sorts of units where these quick units can actually get to them. So if it moves to there, now in terms of our actual leader, we've got a few different abilities in through here. We've got the Cosmic Spike, which will do sort of deal damage to the target unit. Ignores line of sight penalties, cannot be used when within enemy zone of control. So we want to be outside of that one. This one is Cosmic Rebuke, deal damage to adjacent unit, or we actually have Eldrich Mind Control. So target enemy unit has a base 90% chance of becoming mind control for one turn. So we can actually sort of do things with that as well. So, but I'll just move in now. This one here takes up all 3 action points. You can sort of see here. It's sort of showing that all 3 are used up. This one here I can move up and do it. But both of these means I can't move to do this one, and that's okay. So we've got a 100% chance of doing damage there, so we'll just go and do this one. So we did 17 damage. And we'll start to now move our archers in. And they can't do anything else. But this is now a fairly good, all that can be hit is my melee units, which have got better protection. If we have a look at these different units, these have got like only 1 defense. They're not great. So they stop 10% of physical damage because of that one that is there. These guys have got nothing. So these are all really quite weak. If we could get something that was more heavily armored, that would be good as well for us. Even the warlocks have actually got some defense with what they actually then can do. And we can't do anything else with this. This one is range 4. Yeah, so there's nothing else we can do there. So I'm just going to go essentially and just lock them in at this point. So I can just press number 2, which will just be to go into defensive mode. Facing's important if you're if you are like if you're facing the wrong way and you've got no more action points, that's not a good thing. And our turn here. I forgot about the gremlin. Now they've cancelled the retaliation and turned us around. We've been flanked. Yeah, and here they come. And so we've been flanked twice there by these units, which has now made this one very, very susceptible. So to try to keep that one going, we've got mind control. Let's go and see if we can actually do that one. 90% chance there. That one's out of range. That's now been mind controlled for one turn. Now I can move that one off, or I can actually attack this one here. The retaliation is going to be hardly anything. And I want to save this guy here. Now we do actually have a 25% chance of hitting that one. And if you're trying to figure out why it's 25% and the way that this one actually then goes and works, is if you press control, you then get to see all of the various things that are actually then sort of getting in the way of you being able to do that attack. And so you can see through there, we've got negative 25% because it's long range, negative 10% because this other unit is tiny, and negative 40% because it's obscured by a unit. If we can stop, and you can see it goes from like a green line to like an orange-red line when it gets to where that where this group here is. And so this one here, we have like we basically we get a definite kill there if we sort of attack it. But we want to open this one up, so we want to clear out the line of attack there. So we can do that with pretty much anything. Again, I can sort of obscured by units there as well. This one's not. Let's just go and get rid of that one through there. So that's now no longer obscured. So this one, I now get the shot through this side, and I've got 3 shots, weakening bolts. Now the gremlins are weird little creatures. They've got different sorts of abilities as well. So you can see they've got very, very good defense, also magic defense as well, resistance. What else do they have? They've got other abilities. Upon sustaining damage, this unit teleports to a random location within 2 hexes. It only works once per turn. So somehow we have to get and do some damage to it to get it to move. So it's almost going to be this one. Now it could end up there, but there's a much better chance it's going to end up further back. So we have to be a bit careful of that one. I think I might move this one out of harm's way. And I'm going to use one of the weaker units just to see where it ends up going. So we only get 1 shot here. I'm going to move this one. We've only got the 1 shot because as soon as it gets hit, it's going to then run off somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one out of the way so I can move this one in to this location, because this one's only mind control for 1 turn. And then we move this one back in again. And then we do the job. So it's now been moved to there, but it can only do it once per turn. Now, unfortunately, we're obscured again. We actually can't see it. Anywhere. What else do we have? We've got the Sundering Curse, always hits. Target enemy unit sustains damage and gains 2 stun. Yeah, let's just go that way. That's going to get rid of its defense. Oops, hang on, I should have right-clicked. So I can't move if I do this particular attack. And so that's been weakened, which means it's actual damage. So all these little things in through here will then sort of tell you what's going on with the actual unit itself. So this has been weakened, so it deals minus 10% damage and stacks up to 5 times. We've got 2 times on it, and that's going to be there for 3 turns. We've got defense, so -1 defense. That's 2 times. So its defense has now gone from 2 to 0, and resistance as well. So it's now going to be a bit weaker for the next 3 turns. So now it can then swing back in and do other things. I don't think we've got anything else we can really do here. I'm just going to keep that one in the way, so I'm just going to leave that one where that is. We can launch spells, and the spells that we have is Wrath of the Faithful. So target enemy will sustain 10 spirit damage plus 5 spirit damage for each friendly faithful unit, which we don't actually have any, and we probably won't. We just chose that as a bit of a whim. Now they're attacking their own one, which is actually fine. They've now moved back, so we've now lost control of that one, which means that we now have to start to use this one. Now every turn, remember, this one does get it does move off, but there's a 50%. Let's just go for it, see where it ends up going. Okay, that's interesting. We missed the first one. We missed the second one, but then hit this one accidentally, which is fine. And then we finally hit it. So it's way over here. We can get that at 25%. Now, the way it works with the shots is that if you have like a percentage there, and I wish I would do a better job of explaining this. It doesn't I wish it would show you essentially what that does go on through this one. It's 25% to get a full shot. Hi, Michael. How are you going? So you've got 25% to get the full damage, which will then sort of kill it. You've got another 25% on the top of that to get a graze. So whatever the number is, you can add a 25% to at least do some damage. And so in this case, we've got a 50-50 chance of at least doing a graze, which is going to do half the damage. And so I'm going to go and take that one, I think. Actually, that's going to do a reasonable amount of damage. That's going to kill it actually at 70%. And so you can see there we're missing because this unit's in the way. Now if I move out of the way, he's going to be hit. We've got a little sword underneath there showing that we're inside his zone. We don't have, actually I've got this one here as well. Well, I can kill that one off. And you see there's no percentage chance here because I don't have anything that's going to be affecting. If I press control, it's not going to show me much. It's going to show me the total damage, but I might as well kill that one off. And I can just use all my archers. And the archers are right behind this, so they just fire straight over. They're not actually hindered by anything, so they can do maximum damage. And then we have this one as well, which... now, I've got 70% chance, but if I add another 25, I've got a 95% chance of at least doing some damage. So I'm going to take that. Oh, wow. So that first one, just to go through, it probably won't show it here. I won't be able to look at the battle log. The first one means that we rolled under 5. We rolled between 0 and 4 out of 100 to get that last one there, unfortunately. So the first one that we missed, but we eventually got the kill. So that's okay. We'll close that one off. Now we get a heap of building, and we got construct destroyer back through here. A tier 3 weapon, which I'll take the reward. No, we can't use it on this current hero. So I'm going to now move this one across, and we have got a we're slowly getting better with what we're doing through here. They've put a little black line between the yellow and the green, which is good. That's actually good. It's something I was complaining about for so long, not being able to see where the yellow started, but at least we can now see it. So there's just a slight yellow in through there, a slight dark line. Got that storehouse. Back in through here. I won't get any more units at this point in time. I certainly could, but I won't, because we're going to have to be really careful with the units. So we still haven't. We're still actually trying to build up this first. We've got one more turn, then we at least get another population. So I might as well go with. It looks like we may be able to get a forester or a farm at some point with what's now coming in. So we've got the. We've already got the. What was the first one we got? We got the storehouse. The shrine we can get the quarry. That's not a problem. The library is a forester. That's unlikely to get. The granary is then the next level up with 2 foresters. And then the workshop requires a farm. So we've got a couple that require farms. The quarry with the forester is unlikely to get that one in the short term. So let's go and grab that one. And before the units, I'll wait until I can get something a bit better. Let's move along. Something else down this way. And our turn there. Saying I like the look of the new DLC. Yeah, they're saying I still miss the uncertainty from Age of Wonders 3 of the 28 to 32 damage instead of the flat 30 damage. Yeah, it's I prefer this, to be honest. I wish that there was a way of doing it a bit like what Panzer Corps 2 does, which is to have a sliding scale between random and preset. It actually works incredibly well. You don't notice it's there. We're going to follow one of these roads down because one of them should lead to another faction. Let's go this road. Maybe what I should have done is actually split my forces up a little bit. Actually, no, that line's gone. No, they haven't fixed it. They have not fixed it. Right, so the first one we can get. And I was going to go and get the mana conduit back in through here, just so we can get on top of the mana. But I think that the quarry is going to be the better way for us to go. Yeah, I can build foresters even back in through here as well. So I'm going to go and grab the quarry in that location. Don't know what this is. Oh, there's a underground. We've got a haunted graveyard in through there. I'll just avoid that for now. I don't want to wake them up. The longer you spend inside their territory, the more likely they are to wake up. And once they wake up, they then start patrolling their territory, and then they start expanding their territory, and then eventually they start spawning groups to come out and try to kill you off. But that's the way underground there. We'll end our turn there. Bit more forest. That's interesting. I'll send this one down this road. I'll keep the army together. Just wait for them to heal up. I'm not seeing anyone else. Okay, spell's ready to cast. We can enthrall population, which we don't want to do. We've got Astral Wisp Ritual. So summon an Astral Wisp to the target hex. This one's going to cost me... base upkeep per unit is 8. It's going to be 16 ultimately. This one wouldn't be bad just to get another unit out there. We're going to... Yeah, no, actually I won't do it just yet. Clairvoyance Ritual. Reveals the closest undiscovered infestation. Yeah, we don't want to do any of those. We'll just close that one off. The Chaplain is now ready for us. So we'll select New Research. Now, Wayfinder, I never bother with these. We've got the Convent. So for each city stability level above unstable, the city gains +5 knowledge, +5 mana. That's actually fairly useful. We've got the Band of Wrath as well. Now, this is one that comes from the dark side. So Colour Weak, which grants ranged attackers a chance to inflict weakened. Increases the damage made by melee attackers against weakened units. So it sort of works in well with the units we actually have. Yeah, that's actually not bad. But I think I'm going to go Convent. Produce the library in through here. The shrine is now boosted, so we'll grab that one. And we can now go and get the Chaplain. Why can't we get that one? What are we missing? Cost us 50. Yeah, I'm not sure what we can. It's the upkeep is too much for us. I won't bother with that one. Okay, so we're now moving through. We've got gold mine that we can get through there. We've got farms that we can then sort of go and grab back out through here. We've got a forester as well. I think we'll still just keep on trying to build up. Let's go and grab a farm from here to start with. Gold is actually important though, so maybe we'll get the gold mine here initially. New empire development skills. So this one here is if we actually come across enemy heroes, which we're not going to worry about. So we'll just close that one off. Now these are going to be umbral, like these are chaos eaters, so battle mage, fiend. We've seen these before actually. Then we've got at the other end here a lesser tide spirit. So they're things we've already seen in the game. Just move them across. If you see units like that have got like the grey with the white, it means that they're static. They're not going to be moving around. There's a victory seal. If we can get it and hold that one, it would be good. This one is like a watchtower, so we'll go and grab that one next. And there's a way to get into the umbral abyss. There's another seal. We're not finding much down this way. We're now a long way away from home. I think we'll start heading back. So where are we up to? Sorry, with the Michael saying, I know you can't go back, Daz. I myself still like the gameplay of Age of Wonders 3 more. Can't match the looks though of Age of Wonders 4. Yeah. And Michael's then saying, looks like you just started the game today. Yes, I did. Yeah, I was going to start it a couple of days ago, but I just haven't been feeling well enough. But even though I've got a croaky voice, I do feel much better today. So I need a tier 2 town. Yeah, that's actually true. We do need that to open things up. So maybe we'll sort of look to get that one fairly soon. Blade Watcher saying, yeah, new patch and new DLC. Yep. So yeah, had tried tier recruiting to town level. Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Sorry. That's, I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean. So we can't get that tier 2 because we don't have a tier 2 town. That's why we can't get this one. Yep. So we need to build this Dread Spire. It's going to cost me 200 gold. So I need to save my gold. So I've got to really do as much as I possibly can with this current group. Now there's an underground area through there. Let's not worry about that one. Let's just move off. See what we can find in the wastelands. It's going to be an interesting playthrough actually. It's going to be not easy. But the AI is going to have the same sort of problems. A lot of interesting stuff in through here as well. We've got to find another location to set up another city as well. Might go back to that haunted graveyard and take that one out. I might have a quick look in the Umbral Abyss, see what's in there. Now, the location that we see through here will actually have gloom in it, and so this will then start to cause us issues straight away. Like if I move into that location there, for example, we'll then see that we're going to start to lose hit points. We can never go below 1, but let's just move in and enter the Umbral Abyss. Oh, we've actually found somebody in here. So you are the nether goddess, Kalrox the prodigal of the Grim Sirens. I'm not impressed. Tread carefully before I decide that your realm is worth conquering. And so this is Emanika, greets you with contempt. Who is she? Halfling Swarmers. Personality, demonic warlord. So we know what the personality is. A bloodthirsty ruler who prefers treachery to weakness. Likes empires that breaks treaties, likes empires that execute prisoners, dislikes empires with vassals, dislikes empires that have many alliances, informs their behaviour on the strategic map, so driven by war, never surrender, extermination, expansion, wow. Alright, so these halflings are going to be a bit of a problem. Halfling Swarmers. They've got an underground adaptation, so I'm not sure how... They must have just gone into the... like through the Umbral Abyss. Gemaninka Jax, so yeah, elusive, quick reflexes, a Reaver, Ancient Wise Ones and Prolific Swarmers backing through here as well. Okay, they're going to be a bit of a handful. Threat level, they feel threatened. Interested in gold. I think that's them that feels threatened. Yeah, feels threatened by your empire, which affects your relations with them by -400. So we're going to definitely be at war with them at some point. So they've got a lot of astral affinity, a little bit of chaos, and some materium as well. All right. So we'll just say goodbye. There's nothing we can really do there. We're at -635 out of 8. A -800 is the worst. Now, if they're under there, if we just press page down, we then can go. This is the underground, and then we press page down. Actually, no, that was the Umbral Abyss. That's the Umbral Abyss there. We've come in. Not there. What's that? That's a yeah. That goes back out to the main area. Where are we? Where are we? I'm not sure where our scout ended up. We didn't get any message about that, I don't think. Okay, so Scarred Divide is now revealed. So this realm suffers a great scarring of the past, marking it with death and dividing the land. This realm consists of 2 massive land masses separated by an uninhabitable, desolate ocean. So we now sort of know that the area that we're moving into will never ever become green. So it's going to always be desolate. There's not going to be anything much in there. Dustvault produced a shrine. Okay, so we've got that one through there. We need 200. But there's other things we can grab. So the workshop is not something that we need just yet. Mana Obelisk would be useful. That's not bad. That's 60. Let's just go and grab that one. We're going to be a little way off before we can get anything else anyway. Alright, well, I don't know where our other unit ended up going. Oh no, we're down the bottom there. I don't know why it didn't update with what we could see. That was interesting. So it looks like they've come through one of these, and they're really struggling here. In fact, she has lost a lot, and you can see there the umbral malady is actually affecting her units. Yeah, all of her units are impacted by this. So they're trying to just clear their way out. Now they can get down to 1 hit point and still survive, so we don't have to worry too much about whatever's happening through here. I won't go exploring. I think we'll just, that's enough. You can see there's other, it's like there's little portals, so it's a fast way to move around. But we'll have to be wary of this. It would be nice to get this. Might do that. We can just sort of see what's going on. Now we have this next one, which is Order Empire Skill. So destroying an infestation or conquering a free city grants a stack of threatened relation. Yeah, we don't need that. We have water basic seafaring, which we're not going to need on this map, so we can save all of our Imperium there. The different creatures that are going to be on this map as well are going to be a bit more difficult, you know, to actually contend with. Be a bit more demonic. Okay, I do want to get this. Is there anything else we want to get though beforehand? Like a Forester would be good. Gives us food and production. we've got the mine through there. We did get a farm, didn't we? Or did we? I think I'll go and get the mana conduit. We will need that. Convent is now complete. Select new research. Got the Ice Shackles, which is a darkness spell. And the Staves of Mending. I'll do that one. Okay, hi Tenru, how you going? So, yeah, halfling hockey player, says Michael, yes. I might as well just clear these things out as we move through. Our unit can still move across a little bit. This one is going to be an easy battle for us. This one here is an interesting one. What's underneath here is actually a banner. It's a pickup, and I actually would prefer to wait until I've got a hero to then come back to that one. So let's just move across and just clean up these other ones first. They're all over the place. So they've come out. So we can see them from over here. Yeah, we don't need any of those. Close that one. Okay, the Spire of Binding. So we're going to see all sorts of new things in this Umbral realm. We're going to see all sorts of weird and wonderful creatures as well. Some of these are really, really unusual. Umbral Juggernaut is fairly standard, but there will be others. Let's go through this one and just see where this one goes to an underground lair, which is probably going to be the home territory of the other group that we saw in here. $280. We'll just see what we've got. Still got a little bit of wounding going on through this other side. Yeah, these have just got a couple of wisps. If we have a bit of a look at these ones, we can just sort of see what they've got. Cosmic Bolts is what they send out. Range 4. They've got Astral Membrane. Your melee attackers have a 30% chance of becoming stunned for 1 turn. Infernal Focus. It's only, what is it? Only 30%. Yeah, that's okay. They can pass through obstacles. They're not going to be a big problem for us. In fact, they're going to buff our units because we're sirens. We get like when we get hit by magical attacks, we actually. Oh no, we got rid of that. I think we got rid of that ability. Anyway, let's just go in. It's a low risk battle, but I'll still do actually I'll do an auto, and then if we don't like the result, we'll actually no, I'll still do manual, just so I can try to have as few as possible. The less damage, the better. Tenru is saying, so how many DLCs were planned for Age of Wonders 4? Now that's the $1 million question. Because in Age of Wonders 3 they were absolutely explicit that it was only going to be four DLCs, and they held them. Was it 3? No, it might have been Planetfall. I think it was Planetfall, and so they because people were so scared about the DLC bloat from Paradox, they made an assurance that there was only going to be 4. They haven't made any assurance at all about the DLC for Age of Wonders 4, and I'm actually happy with that because Planetfall would have benefited from another 1 or 2 DLCs, to be honest. It was such a good game, so it would have been really quite cool. Hamza is then saying, I think more will be there. I think so too. I think it's been a great success for them, and so yeah, I would assume there's going to be a lot more. I'll just go into this one here and just hit this one. Not a hell of a lot of damage. Now that one can get almost to there. Let's just keep everyone back a little bit and see what they get up to. after our main one. Now, we can hit these with a big charge. These we can do a fair bit of damage with. Like it's a 90% chance of weakening this one as well. I've got that one as well. I think we'll just get rid of these melee type units. Could mind control this one. And we can then just go charging back up and get both of these sort of in the middle of everything. Yeah, let's just do that. We got stunned there. That's okay. They'll still attack that one potentially. I'm going to be facing these with all these units. I don't want to go next to it. I want to go over here. Do the charge. And we got stunned there as well. I forgot about that. So we've got 2 shots from there. Let's just go that way. We did weaken it, so when it does hit this one, it's not going to be as bad. We've got Wrath of the Faithful. Yeah, I won't worry about it. We'll just keep on saving our mana. I think I said hi to Skenic before. Revan saying Paradox sadly has some of the absolute DLC, DLCs policies in the industry. Yeah, just got EU4 and the list of DLCs and what it costs. Yeah, it's sort of like when it's a niche game, I can understand it, but like their games have now become better than niche. So yeah, I don't like that policy with what they do. Revan saying, and that's with me, who's got about 8,000 hours in EU4, CK2, Stellaris, and CK3. So yeah, I'm a sucker. You're sort of one of those things when one comes out, you feel like you have to have it if you've invested in the others. Tenor is saying, if I look at the current DLC prices, there is a 0% chance of me putting any further money into this game. Well, it's sort of the DLC for me. These are massive DLCs. They add so much to the game. I meant to Revan saying the DLC prices are pretty high indeed. They are. I meant to say I see that they have some of the worst DLC policies. Yeah. It's like for what you get with these DLCs, there's so much extra content. So yeah, I don't know. Like it's one of those things. It's certainly more than what you expect to see. Taking a bit of damage there. We can kill that one off. And flank hit that one. Got 2 shots there. Got 3 shots there right now. It's going to turn around when it does get hit. It's stunned at the moment. Just going to kind of use actions or movement. Yeah, so no, it's going to always be, we're always going to get retaliate. We're going to get the strikes that we want. And this one should then finish it off. Yep, that'll kill that one off. We want to move this one up. So we've still got 2 shots here. That's only 45% because of this. If we go and have a look again at the at what this means, if we press the control, like if we move into there for this next shot, I don't think it's going to help us there. We've got a good shot there. Well, I'll see how this one goes. That's a bit of a waste, actually. I'll kill that one off. Yeah, that was a real waste. Well, let's use this one now. What happened there? Did we, there it is. Oh, actually, I could have just done this one. Okay, they're going to run, but we should have them killed before they can go anywhere. All right, so they're down. Yeah, so Riven saying I'm a lot more forgiving towards Triumph Studios. One wonders what they'd like to change, and with the publisher says in their final discussion, they have the final word after all. They do, but I noticed that there's much more involvement with Age of Wonders 4 with Paradox than what there was with Planetfall. Like there's and it's worked out really well. Like the organisation of things, and you can certainly see the Paradox influence inside the the good things that Paradox bring into their games has certainly sort of come into Age of Wonders 4. So I think it's actually worked very well. Like the relationship between them. I don't know who has the final word though on DLC anymore. I know that in Planetfall it definitely was Triumph Studios, but I'm not sure if that's still the case. I did ask questions and got no answers. So I did actually try to get to the bottom of that one. Tenor is saying I get so many great indie games for less than 20 pounds pounds or euros that I just can't justify playing these. In my opinion, stupid prices for stuff that should be in the base game. I don't know. I don't think it is like all this stuff is. It is. It's the base game was pretty damn good actually. I was surprised that the base game had as much in it when it released. Like it was a pretty solid fare. And so each of the editions, I think, has actually added a lot more content than what I was anticipating. But Michael agrees with you. So Revan says DLCs that used to cost 10 or 15 are now 20 to 25. You've got games, yeah. It's also hard. Like we're living in a time when the cost of living all around the world is just so much higher than what it was. It's very hard at the moment. It's hard for people to sort of justify spending things. I've been saying if you look at CK3, those DLCs are yikes. Yeah, the reviews. Well, let's just say a picture can describe something better than an essay from me about what they're like. Michael's saying wait with the game release and brings in 20 plus races, please plus instead of the 8 races and paying for each new one. There's something to miss right now. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do next. It will be. So yeah, I miss the Highmen and the Archons. Yeah, I do too. Actually, I really like the Archons. They're my favourite faction. So I'm assuming that they will come. Yeah, so I'm actually hoping that they will. Yep, so Hamza is then saying, yeah, also miss the uniqueness of races, and Revan saying, indeed, I personally like the preset alignment of the races from the earlier games. I loved that, actually. When they didn't do that in Age of Wonders 3, that was the biggest thing that I didn't like, was what they did. Let's close that one off. We've lost a little bit of health there, but nothing sort of too bad. So we picked up a lot of food, which is actually good for us. Food is good for you. You're all leveled up. All right, so we've got to level up in through here. Now, we actually have a whole lot of different Eldrich things that we can then go and do. Now, we started off with Astral Wisp Ritual and Enthralling Presence, which does then allow us to get a few of these. Now, we've got Delirium. So target enemy unit has this is an always hit type thing at range 6. 90% chance of being afflicted with insanity for 1 turn, and less defense or resistance. Eldritch Phase or Eldritch Ritual. So this one here, gain 10 hit points. I think we'll go with the Delirium. So we'll confirm that one. So we can now sort of use that as one of our attack aspects. So we'll close that one. And we'll end our turn there. All sorts of things happening in here. So Clara saying no more streams on Twitch, Daz. I've been pretty sick this week actually, so I haven't got to Twitch, and I have been wanting to try to get some stuff back here on YouTube. It's sort of one of those things. I'm trying to balance it, and I'm trying to balance it between a whole lot of other things as well. Like I've actually because I've had to go back and work full time. I just haven't been able to afford to be a YouTuber full time. My consultancy work sort of dried up largely over the last 12 months, and so I didn't sort of get many commissions or anything. So it was hard for me to make ends meet, to be honest. And so my wife and I have been trying to find ways of making extra money. So I've had to go back to work, and I'm really lucky because I ended up I'm working at a place. I absolutely love what I'm doing there. You know, I'm doing graphic design there, and I absolutely love it. The trouble is that when I went there, I told them that I because it's not even 4 a.m. here yet, and I get up so early, and I'm just in the. So I told them, I said, look, I'm useless in the afternoons, but I'm good in the morning. So I sort of told them what my work, what I do, and anyway, when they offered me the job, they said, like, it was a full-time job, and they said, look, in that case, just work 3 days, so it'll be a 3-day-a-week job, which I'm thinking great. That gives me 2 days for doing recordings and stuff like that, so I can still do the YouTube type of thing. And also the timing that they sort of then allow me to work around so I've got fairly flexible hours on those 3 days. I can sort of switch and swap things around, but for the last 4 weeks and going for another couple of weeks, they've asked me to work full time. So I'm working at the moment 5 days a week. So I've got very limited time at the moment. That will then, at the end of this month, that should then start to open back up again. So at the moment, I'm just really time poor. And then I've got the flu this week as well. So it just made it so that I just didn't have any time at all left over. I was when I would get home from work, I was just exhausted. So I just collapse in the chair upstairs and basically watch TV and go from there. But no, it's sort of funny. Like, it's one of those things where I still very much want to try to get that balance right. It's certainly going to be less content, but not. I hope ultimately it's not going to be much less than what it used to be. But like before, I had because I didn't have any other work coming in, I could devote so much hours to it. Whereas now I've got to be a bit more careful. And to be honest, when I first started my channel, I wasn't doing live streaming. But it was when I first started. I was recording more than one video a day. So I was recording about an hour's worth of content a day, and that was with me working. That was when my business was really, really thumping along, and that was so. I was extremely time poor at that point, and still managed to do it. So I'm thinking I'll get back there. It's just a matter of when. And I thought that this week was going to be the start of me being able to get back there, but I just haven't been able to do it. So, Clara's saying, understandable. That's awesome. Good to hear. Yeah, no, it's sort of, I feel like it's such a relief to actually just have regular income coming in, to be honest. It's been so long. So it's sort of, it's been pretty cool because YouTube doesn't pay well and Twitch doesn't pay well. So it's sort of one of those things where, my friends laugh at the actual hourly rate that you get for doing it, and it's ridiculously small. It's worse than the worst hourly rate that you can get from anywhere. So it's one of those things you've got to put an awful lot of hours in just to not even to make a wage, just to get minimal. So unfortunately, it's not this big glamour job that everyone thinks it is. It's actually bloody hard. In the amount of time you have to put into it. And the rewards are very, very minimal. So you rely very heavily on commissions from gaming companies and things like that, which is I've been very, very lucky with that as well. I've got some good contacts there, so that certainly sort of is helpful. But I think that next month I should be able to get back into a position where I'm actually getting a much better balance between regular content. Just working forward. I'm trying to minimise the amount of consultancy work that I used to do. Fortunately, in one sense, one of my larger clients who I haven't heard from for 18 months actually made contact with me pretty much a month ago, and they've got shitloads of work for me. So if I had have known that was there, I probably wouldn't have looked for other work, to be honest. So I'm sort of working 2 jobs at the moment for actual work, and plus I've got plus I'm trying to do the YouTube and the Twitch as well, so I'm pretty stretched. The others, everything will calm down though in the coming weeks. But it's just been a really, really extremely busy time. So Michael's saying, I'm still hoping for a full DAS run of either Xenonauts 2 or RimWorld at some point. Yeah, both games. I will be, like, when Xenonauts I think goes and does the next major milestone, I'll definitely come back to that one. And RimWorld, I do love what RimWorld does, and I just haven't got to it. With Age of Wonders 4, I thought, look, I'll do a live stream today, at least get a little bit into the game, and then hopefully do another live stream over the weekend sometime. So we'll sort of see how it goes. Okay, so Ice Frosty Raven saying, hello Daz in chat. I have a question, Daz. Is there a way to participate, spectate the AI in single player? I don't think there is, actually. I don't think you can do that. That's a good question, actually. What can you do with it? I may be getting my games confused, because I think let's have a look and see. If I press escape, the realm overview is not going to be it. If I go and surrender's just going to end the game. I can't take over. If I save the game, and if I then load the game, you've got edit session. I'll just go and accept. I don't know what this will do. No, it doesn't look like I've got any way around it at this stage that we can do. Yeah, so no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. I thought we could actually go and load in somebody else, but I don't think we can just spectate. So Timra saying, don't burn yourself out, Daz, your health has priority. It's sort of funny, like I'm coming home from my day job actually really, really happy. Like I'm loving it, and so I'm actually much more relaxed than what I've been for a long time. It's when you're struggling financially, it's actually something which is what we've been in that boat for. My wife and I have been there, because we've run our own business for so long that it goes from feast to famine all the time. So you get used to dealing with it, but it just got really, really bad. So my wife's had to go back to work as well. So we're sort of, but in one sense we've now, at least we now know that we've got regular income coming in, and that's just been it's been such a relief. So we're actually, even though we're working our asses off, it's actually fun. We're actually, it's actually much more relaxing than when we didn't have when we didn't have everything going on. And also, look, I've got to say that I really am super careful about making sure that I look at what's important in life, rather than getting too caught up in the situation of whatever the stuff that's coming in from the outside. So that's why I religiously go for a swim every second day at the ocean, all year round. Even when it's really cold now, it's still something that it really does make you realise that there's so much more going on around you than your own little troubles. So it's sort of which is really, really cool. It's so that's actually, for me, that's that's so important to actually get that perspective. And even when I look for my day job, I ride my bike, the push bike to work, which takes me half an hour to get there and half an hour back. And that hour of just riding the bike, to and from work is also, I really love that as well. It's just it's really pleasant. I get to ride the bike along I live near a river, and work near a river, which has got there's a weir and that sort of stuff. So I end up half the bike ride back is along this waterfronts, and it's quite nice. So it's really, really pleasant. So a large portion of my day, I'm spending an hour and a half going to the beach, going for a swim, and then coming back on the bike and then I've got another hour. So I've got 2.5 hours of exercise basically, which is and still working. So it's actually, I'm quite blessed actually. I'm pretty lucky. So it's sort of it's just funny how things work out. But it's really, really cool. And I love where I'm working. I love the people. It's everything. I couldn't ask for anything better. It's just awesome. It is just too busy at the moment with all the other things that are colliding. But yeah, it's just funny. Anyway, Frosty Raven saying, it's a shame you can't potentially spectate the AI. Well, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I'm glad you're well. Yeah, I've just got the flu at the moment, but everything else is good. Hamza is saying, to try to change human to AI on advanced settings on the screen that you've selected map size. Yeah, I don't know if that will work. And Revan is saying, have you been looking for Sins of a Solar Empire 2? Yes, I'll be actually recording content over the weekend. I'm just waiting for my nose and throat to clear up a bit before I do content on that, because I've got all of the, I've got the inside running on all that. So I'm really looking forward to getting into it. I did a video some weeks ago actually, but I've got another one coming up this weekend. I want to record that because there's more and more content coming out for that one. So I want to sort of show where that one is. So that's looking really, really good. So Reverend's saying, also glad to hear the family's feeling better in regards to that steady income. Yeah, it's just, we're so used to it. Like, we're so used to, it's one of those funny things, like it's, and this is like one of the philosophies that I guess my wife and I have had for decades now, I guess, is that there was one point where we ended up where I was working my ass off, but we were actually losing shitloads of money, and I had like a premises and I had staff and all that sort of stuff, and I was really depressed, but you get so caught up in I guess the analogy for me is the monkey with the, like, you had to catch a monkey. You put a banana inside a jar where the fist can't get out, so the monkey puts its hand in but then can't get the fist out, and they won't let go of the food. And it's sort of one of those things, like life is like that, and it's only when you realise, hey, I can let go of that shit and it's not going to really impact. So my wife actually at the time said to me that, not my wife of the time, but my wife, I've been married for forever basically, but she said it back then that we went through what's the worst that could happen, and the worst that could happen to us is that we end up basically like living in a caravan somewhere, and that was, I'm thinking, well, that's actually pretty damn good, that would be good. So there wasn't really a big downside, even in the middle of all the shit. But it's but still, you still try to keep what you've got, of course. But it's it's not like you're going to die or anything like that. It's not like you're going to starve or anything, like, not where we are anyway. So it's sort of and there's always something that comes up, So yeah, it's just. We sort of trusted a lot into just luck, I guess, for a lot of things, which has been good. Okay, so so Free Artisan saying enjoying the new in-game UI art. Yeah, although this is the only option now. Wish you good health. Thanks for that one. Reverend is saying one of the best, somewhat hidden gems, Siddons 1 that is, from the release in a period when RTS games were pretty much dead, apart from StarCraft 2. Yeah, that was a really, really good game. Sins 2 has got a lot of really polished aspects to it that expand on it and do some things. The thing that it's funny, like, I didn't even realise this was happening when I was playing Sins 2, but the actual zoom in Sins 2, and it was only when I really thought, how is this so easy to just play? And it was actually, they've got like this auto zoom that almost thinks ahead of you, and so it zooms in on things, and it's not clunky in any sort of sense. And so many games would benefit from that approach. It's so subtle, but it's such a game-changing aspect that you don't even consciously realise that the game is doing that for you. It's just incredible. So Sins 2 is really, really good. So Reverend's saying, I'm really glad when I heard that Ironclad and Stardock were working on Sins 2. Yeah, they've been working on it for a while, and but it is really, really quite polished. I'll be playing that again very, very soon. Just waiting for my throat to clear up, and then I'll be doing some content on that one. Asked Frosty Reverend saying, if I remember right, I checked yesterday if I could do that. The game said it needs at least one human player in order to play the game. Yeah, I don't think you can do AI in this one. so Reverend saying, love your positive outlook on life, things in life. I'm personally a bit dismayed that there's a system in most countries that are just fine with people working an entire lifetime and possibly end up economically unsecure. It's just like it's the grind that we're in. Like unfortunately that's just the way things are. We've set up this system for ourselves, and it's sort of like you see it in microcosm, and even working like within YouTube or Twitch, they get you on that treadmill, and once they got you on the treadmill, they whip you as much as they possibly can, and absolutely drive you insane with how much more they demand you to run faster. It's one of those things. I feel very sorry for young people that get into doing Twitch or YouTube, because you end up becoming, like, if you're not careful, you end up just becoming a slave to the machine. And so I've always been very conscious of not letting that happen. I always think back, like we're not that far removed from when we were hunter-gatherers and just plodding around fishing or whatever else it might be. And you're at your happiest when you're doing that sort of stuff. Like when you're just out and about doing bits and pieces. And so I always think of that. Think of all these other things we've constructed for ourselves to enslave ourselves. It's not something that is important, really, at the end of the day. So it's one of those things where it's sort of, I've always tried to live for the day wherever I possibly can. It's because it certainly makes your life happier. Yep. So Reverend saying, very glad things are looking up for you. Yeah. No, it's certainly much more comfortable. So I'm glad you're keeping making content with your channel here. There's a very niche genre, and there's a lack of quality content creator. I can say that you're certainly one of them. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's I love doing it, to be honest. It's one of those things where it's important to me, just from my own mental health. It's I find it relaxing. I find it enjoyable. I like chatting with all you guys as well. Like, I feel like, as I said before, we're a fairly niche, small community, and it's it feels good. It's just again a different aspect. You get a different perspective. It's great. So Reverend said, so keep it up. Don't get yourself. I don't let the treadmill get to me at all. Like, it's as soon as I notice that there's pressure to work the treadmill, I actually resist it. So it's one of those things where where it's very easy to get caught, but if you're wary about what can happen, you don't fall into those little traps. And it's not like they're not doing it consciously. It's just they're just exploiting what people are willing to do. And if people are willing to work their asses off for very little reward, but if they start relying on that, that's when it becomes a problem. That's why I've never tried to really rely on YouTube or Twitch as a major income stream, but I've tried to use it as a secondary one, just to sort of round things out a little bit, just to have at least so I can sort of rely on some money coming in from it. I wish it was bigger, to be honest, but it's not. It is what it is. So it's just funny the way it works. So it's sort of it's weird. It's and I did notice that every time I think that I want to try to make it work for me financially, I stop enjoying it. So it's much better if it's just a hobby that I enjoy. That way I don't feel bad about whatever I'm doing. And what have we got through there? This is another one of these units that are coming back through one of their mercenaries. I'm going to have a look and see where this one goes to the underground. And we don't know where this is. Let's have a look and see what we can spot. We're up in the top corner here. Well, that's not where they've come from, so that's a nothing. Okay, we've got a hero who wants to join us. Right, so we've got everyone will just be from the Grim Sirens, so we've got 3 of them. The thing I like to look at through here is sort of what benefits they each give us. They're each coming in with 3 and 1, essentially. So there's no difference in through there. It's a large portion of what we do through here is going to be what this one here is, Disdain the Weak. This unit deals plus 20% damage against tier 1 units. Ward Breaker. Melee and physical range attacks apply sundered resistance. So this one's like an archer. These are both sort of sharpshooters. And then we've got a mage unit. So this one here is an ambusher. So while army leader units in the army have universal camouflage, which is not really all that beneficial, they've all got a mount. The mage aspect is a good one for us because of the sirens that we're playing. Wardbreaker. So we can remove their resistance with this character. Now, one thing we don't have to care about is actually the fact that he's an archer. We can change that, so we can make this one here. The Wardbreaker could still actually then go and work with the with a mage unit if we decide to make another mage unit. So I think we'll actually take this one here. We'll do the recruitment. And I probably will just keep him with this for now. And we want him to get down into this location here. And we're going to go back and grab this. Okay, so we now need to go and get the next one. I've got no more money, so I'll just produce merchandise for a few turns. So Reverend saying YouTube has only become harder to earn money on over the years. The company's done its best to squeeze as much money as it can from this platform at the expense of content creators often. I think that they try, to be honest, I think that they try to do the right thing, but it's like a fair few years ago, they used to be mainly human run, and then it became all about the algorithms and things. And I think at one point they just had such poor coding with their algorithms that it just ended up like the machine ended up becoming the problem. And I think it still is the problem to a large degree. But the stuff that they send out, what they try to be as helpful as they can. When you do get humans from YouTube actually, doing things, they're very, very good. And so I think that their intention is to be good. It's just that the reality is not that great at times. So Reverend saying the amount of crazy shite a creator has to do to even get the algorithmic attention is ridiculous. Yeah, you don't know what it is, and it's just my channel suffered greatly back when Age of Wonders 3 actually, when I did a Theocrat run, and I don't know, I've told this story before, where I put up a big series of all these videos with the word Theocrat in the title, and it was, I think that YouTube has the word Theocrat down as anti-Islamic. So by putting the word Theocrat in the title, the algorithm, not human, but an algorithm, then just decided that that whole series was anti-Islamic, and so that's what I think happened, because all those videos got demonetized, and then at that point YouTube has never promoted my channel. Before then it used to promote my channel a lot, and then after that it never has done it since, and that was years ago. That was in Age of Wonders 3. And so, and that really hurt my channel. And so I changed the title to Priestess, and that then got around, I could then remonetize. So it was that one word. And, but yeah, I've been sort of on the shadow ban list in that sense, I think, ever since that time. So it's sort of been it's been a weird one. It's been really, really strange. So, yeah, it is weird. It all works. That's why I'm thinking also, like, I don't want to be beholden to whatever they do or think, because you just don't know what it's gonna mean. Hi Hugh David saying hello Daz and chat, looking forward to playing Age of Wonders 4 with the new Eldrich realms. Yeah, it's very, very cool, very, very good. So hi Silver Cole. And Ice Raven is saying, I haven't played Age of Wonders 4 since the Dragon DLC. In your opinion, is Age of Wonders 4 better now? Yes, it keeps on getting better and better. Like, it really does improve a lot. They do listen to what people say. The thing I've always tried to get across to the devs is that people find there's a sameness to the game. And I don't know if they've been able to, like, if you're suffering from that, I don't think that it fixes that to any sort of great degree. But it's, they're doing their best. Anyway, let's continue on. So we've got orders required. Oh, we can actually move. Does this one move? No, that one's now got no more movement. This one here has got movement. So what we want to do is we want to figure out who we want to have leveling up. And really what I want to have is I want to have those 5 and this one. So we're going to come back to this one here, over here. Okay, the voices are back. Relentless allies that accompany you into the astral void and beyond before you lost your mind. There is actually a story. I did actually a video on just starting the first quest in the story element for the astral realm, and it does a good job of explaining that that all of these mages are prisoners who have broken loose. It reminds me so much of the Wheel of Time series of books, just with the various. I forget what they're called in the books, but the various sort of like super combatants, or the wizards that get released, slowly over time in this sort of astral void area. It feels very much the same. Okay, so the old friends like and Nemesis, you pushed into the greatness, blah blah blah, or vying for your patronage. So there is one master, everything can be bought. So we receive enough gold then to get what we need. We get knowledge. Receives 4 thralls. Now we're not using the thralls yet. We can get worse alignment, or we can get 55 Imperium. I think gold is going to be the important thing for us. Ice shackles, we've now got these. Get another province. Which way should we go? I might go down this way. I might grab another farm, actually. Just so we can get closer to these. And we'll go into dusk, into this one here. We can now ditch all these, because we now have enough to go and build the Dread Spire, which will then give us the ability to then go and get the tier 2 units. Move that one across, and then we're sending this whole stack in just to go and clean this one up. Now with the auto combat, if I lose too much health, I can just redo it, but I'm happy enough with that one, so we'll just close that one off. We did collect another thrall with that one through there, and our heroes have both leveled up now. So that's why I wanted to wait until I had another hero before I took that one on. Ruler has leveled up. So we now have a few other things that are now opened with the Eldrich Sovereign. So we've got Desperate Anguish. So target enemy unit has a 90% chance of losing 30 morale or becoming stunned for 1 turn. If unsuccessful, it loses 15 morale instead. Eldritch Influence, so gain 4 Imperium income per turn, gain 15 map casting points and combat casting points. Don't know what we have to do with that one. I'm guessing that that's just what we're going to get. Like, being able to spend the Imperium is actually very, very cool. Phantasmal Ritual, so this one here, magic attacks gain plus 10%, I won't worry about that one. And Quickening. Won't worry about that one either. I think we'll do this Influence and get the Imperium. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the Forsaken. Yeah, from Wheel of Time. That's it. That's the ones. Yeah. It's this book. I keep on trying to finish off that book. I just cannot do it. But I've really got to try to do it at some point. I'm just going to move this one out. Let's move across. Put those back where they were. So we'll just keep on picking up loot as we sort of move through. The hero leveled up as well. Now we do actually have another. We've got the Construct Destroyer through here, which is a charge strike, but we've got the wrong type. This is the wrong type of hero at this point in time. Construct Slayer, yeah. I think I'll just leave it with what we've got. It's only tier 1 bow. Grim Executioner. Inspiring leader and these sorts of things are going to be very, very helpful on this map. Just because we're paying double upkeep costs. So we'll grab that one. Close that one off. Yeah, it's just saying worse alignment. So you mean better aligned, not to be confused with good alignment, which is worse alignment. I'm not sure what you mean with that one. Yeah, we'll leave that one there. Well, back we go. Now we've still actually got this gloom that we're in. So we're going to get down to 1 hit point here ultimately. Let's get out of here. We need to get back out to here. These are going to be too hard for us to... that's a tier 4. The Umbral Mistress. It's got different sorts of attacks and things. Really quite strong. So, yeah, we could certainly like go and have a look at these different things. This may be where the other faction's coming from, or maybe over here. I don't know what all these things are that are exploding. Yeah, we're down to very, very low numbers now because of the gloom. The Band of Wrath, I think, is a good one. Go that way. After this one, we should then be able to go and grab another tome. And that little group there, it's a safe battle. I want to take this one in as well. So just do a quick save, and in we go. Oh, here we go. We can bind the gremlin to us. We're going to lose a heap of mana if we do that, so I don't really want that. So we've got the Eldrich Rite of Thraldom. So dominate the gremlin to do your bidding. Kardox will lose 3 Thrall. The gremlin leading the enraged stack switches to your side. The independent army will be removed from its location. I don't think I want to waste all 3 thralls to get that. So I think I'm just going to do a Begone. I don't care if we're evil or good. It's not going to matter that much. And we'll start to now move back and just clean up the other bits and pieces as we see them. Alignment changed from evil to neutral. End our turn. So Noel K is saying the game is finally downloaded, so I think I'm going to check it out and watch the rest of the stream later in bed. So thanks again for the advice. Yeah, no, look, I hope you enjoy it. It's I think it's an incredible game. So we can go back. I wouldn't mind seeing what's up here. Where are we here? We're way down in the corner here. No, that's loot's protected. Now we're outside the gloom. We're going to start to get our health back again now. Let's move back up into our territories. That way the healing is going to go up and we'll get that one fully healed. And then we'll just get this one ready for the next phase. I could have healed that one up. Now we've got, this is free cities. We haven't seen any free cities at all. So I don't think there's any on the map. We do actually have excavation, which would be good. We will be wanting to get that one. I was thinking about clicking it, but I will take it. The spell's ready to cast. We won't worry about any of these. Again, just because the upkeep is so much. Whenever I see big numbers like 300, I'm thinking, like, is that the maximum we've got? But I don't think it is. Band of Wrath. Okay, so chapter complete. Select new research. Now the first thing we have to do is go and pick up another tome. We do actually have some interesting choices here. And I think what we'll do is we will go back to the Tome of the Tentacle. This polearm unit would be a good addition as well to our forces. Although I think I think we get a polearm unit anyway, but anyway, we'll keep on going.
See how the limits of your flesh are
We'll go with
more
Conjure Tentacle.
restrictions. Caress, hold, tight.
I'll go that way. Yep, that's just inside the battle. No, it's not. Yes, it is. What's going on there? Yep, that's a safe battle for us. That's fine. That's good. We'll close that one off. A heap more food. That's going to help with our growth. And we'll just get this one back in to get a bit of healing up. And grab another province. Now this one here, we'll clear these out. So we'll grab another mine because gold is going to be super important. So start to head out that way. I don't know if it's worth coming back from here. There's a way under to the underground. Aha, here we go. So this is their capital. Yep, so they're there. All right, so we now know where they are. The underground halflings. Okay, now we've got Forming Realm revealed. So we're now finding out more about the random map that we had. I really like this addition to what they've done. This realm is young and little of it has yet formed from its volcanic crucible. Over time it will become a new realm, chaotic as it may be. The desolate provinces are dormant. Each round, all unknown desolate provinces have a small chance of transforming into a different theme and overlay, which is what we've been seeing anyway. So we knew that was already one of the aspects of the game. I'll leave them here. I think we'll just bounce into a few of these other locations, just see what's around in the Umbral Realm. The first one in through here, this is founding or absorbing cities takes -2 turns. We haven't really found anything that's worth doing that with just yet. Now there's this I think would be a good spot for us to build another city back in here somewhere. So I think we might actually move into this location and set ourselves up in here. I was thinking of going and relieving this as well, but let's go and build our second city. For a turn. Okay, Ride for Vengeance, a battle quest. So we need to kill 5 units. You shall have your revenge. What's this one here? This is lose 4 thralls, which we can't do. So there's no time for personal. Yeah, we'll do this one through here. You get experience. They're back over there. I'll come back to that. We've got a bit of time. I think if we settle in here, we've got, at the moment it's unstable, so it's not really working in our favour. The Mana Obelisk would be okay. Workshop is boosted. Give us more production. The Arcane Battlements, we don't really need that just yet. We can build things like abbeys and stuff. And the Dark Forge. This one counts as a mine, actually. That's something we will be wanting to add in at some point, but let's just go with a workshop for now. Getting plus 54. I might bring in a chaplain. Yeah, we do have the night guard anyway, so yeah, we're sort of pretty good with that one. Yeah, 23 upkeep. I'll still grab it. Okay, that one's now fairly good. Move that one across. Blade Watcher saying, have a nice time, lose yourself in the game. Yeah, no, it is one of those very, very immersive type games. I guess they're back down in their territories. They will cause issues at some point. You know that. Just cross over. I might even get rid of this unit. It's costing me 16. Actually, I can get into there. Build the outpost there. Actually, can I build cities? Don't know if I can, actually. And I'm just looking at the time, guys. I'm actually going to have to call it quits, I think. Just I don't want to do too much with my voice at this point in time. Yeah, no, it's a good addition, this, I've got to say. I'm really quite impressed with it. Let's move those across. Yeah, that's not a city. Oh, it can be upgraded into a city. Yeah, okay, we'll do that one. We'll still keep it going. In that case, what I will do is I'll just go across into this one here and get founding absorbing cities takes -2 turns. So let's go and do that one. We also then have repeatable, yep, so increase the city cap by +1 cities. We don't need that. Road building would be semi-useful, but we won't worry about that one either. We'll just close that one off at this stage. Saying I played the game earlier today, had quite fun, even played it on the train. There we go. Oh, Aloin's Bright Beacon has captured his first seal. This is not Aloin's. Okay, that's going to be, it's going to take time. We don't have to rush, but that's up in the top corner there somewhere. We'll still just, do we move back now? We've got to get rid of these. Move these out. They're certainly clearing out all of this. Astral Eclipse. This night the cries of scholars and mages echo throughout your realm. All the stars lights have been snuffed out. So they cost extra casting points to do combat spells and world map spells. Mana income is reduced by -30%. That's okay. That's okay. It's probably from whatever they did in there. Maybe. I don't know. Magic Origin unit upkeep is reduced by -20%. Now, we don't actually have any of those, so I won't worry about those so much. The actually, I could grab another Whispering Stone. I mean, we're not using it for anything that we need to be using it for. I think I'll just close that for now. But I really do have to close up here, guys. So I'm going to leave it here. So thanks for watching, and I'll try to be back a bit over the weekend, actually, just to keep on trying to get some more content out there. I'm sort of mindful of trying to get a fair bit recorded, but I just want to manage my voice a little bit as I do it. Anyway, have a great time. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.